Unveiling Central Asia, a deep dive into regional rivalries. Central Asia has a rich and intricate history, steeped in a blend of diverse cultures, religions, and traditions. Its strategic location, sandwiched between major powers, has made it a critical region for geopolitical maneuvering. The historical significance of Central Asia cannot be overstated, given its role as a bridge between East and West, facilitating trade, cultural exchange, and the spread of ideologies. Understanding the concept of the Great Game is vital to appreciating Central Asia's historical significance. The term refers to the 19th century geopolitical struggle between the British and Russian empires for control over Central Asia. It was a chessboard of sorts, with these major powers maneuvering for dominance, using diplomacy, military might, and subterfuge. Central Asia's role in the Great Game was pivotal. The region was viewed as the ultimate prize, rich in resources, and a strategic gateway to the wider world. Its control would not only provide economic benefits but also an upper hand in global politics, making it highly coveted by the British and Russian empires. The British and Russian empires were the key players in the Great Game. In their quest for supremacy, they exerted significant influence over the political, economic, and social fabric of Central Asia. Their strategies were driven by a combination of imperialistic ambitions, economic interests, and the desire to curtail the other's power. The strategic importance of Central Asia in the Great Game was manifold. Its proximity to the British-controlled Indian subcontinent and the Russian Empire made it a critical buffer zone. Moreover, its abundant resources and potential as a trade route made it an attractive target for both parties. The region thus became a stage for intense competition, shaping its destiny and leaving an indelible mark on its history. The Great Game was a significant chapter in Central Asia's history driven by colonial ambitions. The British Empire and the Russian Empire, considered the key players, found themselves in a fierce competition for control over the region. They were eager to extend their spheres of influence, and Central Asia, with its strategic location and abundant resources, was a prime target. The colonial powers employed various tactics from diplomacy and espionage to military might in an attempt to outmaneuver each other. The strategic importance of Central Asia during the Great Game cannot be overstated. Its geographical location presented a gateway between Europe and Asia, which made it a critical chess piece in the imperial strategies of both the British and Russian Empire. The region also possesses abundant natural resources, further intensifying the rivalry for control. The Great Game also significantly shaped Central Asia's politics. The various local khanates and emirates found themselves caught in the crossfire between the two colonial powers. They were often used as pawns, with alliances frequently changing depending on the immediate interests of the British and Russian empires. The influence of the Great Game on Central Asian culture was profound. The region, known for its diverse ethnic, linguistic, and cultural heritage, was further enriched through interactions with the colonial powers. However, it also experienced a degree of cultural erosion, as the British and Russian attempted to impose their own cultural norms and values. Central Asia during the era of the Great Game can accurately be described as a battleground of empires. The region was torn between the British and Russian empires, who used it as a staging ground for their broader geopolitical goals. The impact of this prolonged conflict has resonated through Central Asia's history and continues to influence its present and future. The shift of power post the Great Game saw the emergence of new global powers and a redefined political scenario. The decline of the British and Russian empires made way for nations such as the United States, gradually altering the dynamics of geopolitical influence. Central Asia, once again, found itself amidst the strategic maneuverings of global powers. The modern era is witnessing a new Great Game, with players like the United States and China at the helm. The region's strategic location, coupled with its vast natural resources, has sparked a renewed interest in Central Asia. As a result, the region has once again become a hotspot of geopolitical activity, similar to its role in the 19th century Great Game. In this new Great Game, the United States and China have emerged as key players. Their growing influence in the region has been driven by a combination of economic, political, and military interests. The stakes are high, and the strategies employed are reflective of a larger global power play. Influence of the new Great Game on Central Asia has been profound. It has affected the region's economy, political landscape, and regional relationships significantly. The presence of these new players has not only fueled economic growth, but has also led to increased diplomatic and military engagements. Economic rivalries in the modern-day Great Game are more complex than ever. With an increasing demand for Central Asia's natural resources, notably oil and gas, the region has become a focal point for economic competition. This rivalry extends beyond mere resource acquisition, encompassing aspects like trade routes, investment opportunities, and alliances. Central Asia's role in global politics today is a testament to its historical and geopolitical significance. The region, rich in natural resources, serves as a strategic pivot for major powers, shaping the global balance of power. As countries vie for influence in this region, Central Asia's geopolitical relevance continues to grow, reflecting its legacy as a battleground of empires. Central Asia's wealth in natural resources, particularly hydrocarbons, has made it a bone of contention among world powers. The region's vast reserves of oil and gas have attracted the attention of energy-hungry economies, leading to significant foreign investment and competition. This resource-led rivalry echoes the resource scramble of the Great Game era, underscoring the region's enduring economic importance. The Great Game had a profound impact on Central Asia's economy. The rivalry between the British and Russian empires led to the development of infrastructure and trade routes, transforming the region into a significant economic hub. Today, the region's economic potential continues to be tapped by global powers, continuing the economic legacy of the Great Game. In the post-Great Game era, Central Asia's relationships with its neighbors have been shaped by its historical experiences and geopolitical realities. The region, situated at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, has fostered relations with countries on both continents. These relationships, often characterized by cooperation and competition, reflect Central Asia's strategic importance and its historical role as a bridge between East and West. As we enter the 21st century, Central Asia's strategic importance continues to be recognized. The region, with its vast resources and pivotal location, remains a critical player in global geopolitics. As new powers emerge and old rivalries resurface, Central Asia stands at the center of these dynamics, underscoring its enduring relevance in the global arena. The Great Game was undoubtedly an influential factor in Central Asia's journey towards independence. This strategic rivalry between the British and Russian empires created a sense of nationalistic fervor among Central Asians, who sought to assert their identity in the face of foreign domination. The Great Game exposed them to the concept of self-governance and sovereignty, playing a crucial role in their eventual independence. The legacy of the Great Game in Central Asia is multifaceted and enduring. It has shaped the political, cultural, and economic landscape of the region. The imperialistic ambitions of the British and Russian empires have left a lasting imprint on the region's collective memory, influencing contemporary attitudes towards foreign powers. As for the future of Central Asia amid ongoing rivalries, the region continues to be a focal point of strategic interest for global powers. The abundant natural resources and strategic geographical location of Central Asia make it a hotbed for geopolitical competition, reminiscent of the Great Game era. Lessons learned from the Great Game are essential in understanding the dynamics of Central Asia. The region's history of foreign interference and exploitation underscores the need for self-reliance and strategic diplomacy. It serves as a reminder that foreign interests can often supersede local needs and aspirations. In the face of such rivalries, Central Asia's diplomacy has evolved significantly. The nations have learned to leverage their strategic importance and resources to negotiate with global powers. The aim has been to safeguard their national interests while fostering mutually beneficial relationships. This diplomatic approach is largely a direct response to their historical experiences during the Great Game. The Great Game, a strategic and geopolitical rivalry, served as a catalyst for change in Central Asia. This intense power play between the British and the Russian empires brought about transformations in Central Asia's political, economic, and cultural landscape. Though the region was seen as a mere pawn in the game, the experience ushered in a sense of national identity and a quest for independence that continues to shape the region's destiny. Navigating through the global power play, Central Asia's journey has been far from easy. The region continues to balance its relationships with both old and new global powers while striving to protect its interests. The region's rich resources add to its geopolitical significance, making it a focal point in global strategies. Understanding Central Asia's current political landscape requires a deep dive into its history, particularly the impact of the Great Game. The political maneuverings and strategies employed during this period have left a lasting imprint. Today, the countries in the region are still grappling with issues of governance, territorial integrity, and national identity that can be traced back to this era. Central Asia's role in shaping world history is significant, though often understated. The region has been a crossroad of cultures, ideas, and trade for centuries. The Great Game only highlighted the strategic importance of Central Asia, a factor that continues to influence global politics and economics today. In conclusion, the Great Game and its enduring impact on Central Asia cannot be overlooked. Its legacy is woven into the fabric of Central Asian societies and continues to shape the region's interactions on the global stage. As Central Asia charts its future amid ongoing rivalries, the lessons learned from the Great Game will undoubtedly continue to inform its strategy.